Good morning, everybody. It is like 3 o'clock in the morning, Monday, December 4th, 2023. I just got finished doing some more decorating around here. I just have to finish the mantle and get some other stuff over the week out of storage, but I finally decorated the tree. Donna and I spent the whole day. We went to church in the morning, and then we went to we went shopping, and then we went to Vespers, evening Vespers, and then we went to the blessing of our Advent wreath, and then we went looking for candles and stuff for the Advent. So let me show you what I did. So check this out. Now, mind you, I had a plan to do a farm theme this year, and I did not know that the powers that be were planning a farm theme. So everywhere you go, all you see is black and white, or red and white, and farm decor, barns, and everything that has to do with farms and trucks and whatever, right? So I was already planning on doing this, kind of as a tribute to the late great late great Joey Feek, but and I almost bought a farmhouse a couple times this year, and I had a few picked out, but people bought them before I was able to get approved, and so I've been saving up stuff that looks like farm decor, because one day when I have my own little farmhouse, I want to have a farm country, modern, classy country look. I gotta turn the light on for you to get a better look at the decorations. But this dude was left outside the car at and these plates as well. And somebody left them outside, brand new in boxes, pretty much. I mean, they were used, but outside our car at Walmart. And this one says Elizabeth, Her Royal Highness. So that's weird. So I got a Queen Elizabeth bear. That was the first ornament we had. And then I bought all the rest of the stuff today. Well, Donna did, actually. And so let me show you. So here's the one of the farm trucks we actually got. They're not as good quality as at Walmart, but they're really expensive at Walmart. We got these at the dollar store. And then I got that at Walmart. And then we just put some of our other stuff up here. Okay. This one I did the other day. It's a weeping willow Donna wanted, so I put that up for her. But let me turn the lights on so you can get a better look at this, and I want to show you what I did to the kitchen. So the kitchen's totally farmhouse themed. Alright, so I'm going to give you... we need more light in here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, and I got Donna this little... It was cool. It looks like the carriage from Cinderella, and Donna wanted this. So we got that. Alright, so check this out. I'm going to try to go really slow. So I just picked out Walmart in Wallingford had all these really cool, real cheap ornaments. Like, they're really good quality, handcrafted. And normally these would be like $4 or $5 or more. But they were all like $1 change each. So I wasn't planning on doing a red theme this year, but everything was either white and black or red and black, so I decided that we were going to just go country farm, black and white and red and minimal, I was going to put bulbs. They only had black, red, and white bulbs and silver bulbs. Like, that was it. So you had a choice of either black and white this year or red bulbs, the shiny balls and stuff. And I figured, you know what, I want to just do something different. Instead of like bulbs, I wanted to do individual little things like this. Like, look, we got the mailbox, a moose, little houses, little signs, wagon, total country. Stuff that you would find in a farmhouse. And it's enough, you don't want overkill. And then I got a bunch of these trucks because I really love these trucks, and I totally overdid it with the truck theme. Because look, we got one of these here, and then the towels. These I got to put on the mantle still. The black. See, everything was black and white or red and black. Here's my Advent wreath. Hold on, let me turn the light on here. So, farm. Okay, look at my Advent wreath. Now, I could not for the life of me find purple candles. So we went to like 10 stores and I finally got these at like, oh gosh, where was it? Job Lots or something, or no, Burlington Coat Factory. They're burgundy instead of purple, but and there's 2 of these for $6. Ridiculous. The wreath was like $20. I spent a lot of money on garbage, but I could not find pink or purple bows anywhere in like 12 stores. Nor can I find purple and pink candles or candle holders. People don't even have candle holders for these types of candles anymore. That's sad when people don't appreciate things. These were $1 each at the dollar store, Dollar General. So I got these cool, we got 6 of everything, right? So if people come over for Christmas, they're plastic, but it just looks cool on display. This I already had for the summer, and then this is a farm truck tray for $1. And then I got these cute little things. They're supposed to be either candle holders or you put toothpicks in them. Little barns. I use them as candle holders. And then I got these. These are $15 for the silo in the barn. These tin things. So I decided to make a little farm scene to go with everything else. Farm. I got little cars and trucks everywhere. And houses. This theme is like everywhere all of a sudden. I started it in the summer, and now everybody's doing it. So, I got this truck over here too. This is so cool. Now they have better ones for like $5 more, like better with the like wood gate on them and stuff, with Christmas trees sticking out. But for $5 cheaper, these were like, I don't know, $10 each. I got them at Dollar General. Good enough. But the ones at Walmart are so much better quality. But how many trucks you gonna have, you know? So that's that. And I got a shirt. Like Donna bought them for me for Christmas. Because there was only 2 left in this one store. I went to so many stores, and everybody's wearing these now. And I wanted to get one of these. Okay, so I got the red and black shirt, and then I got this. Okay, I wanted one of these to match my Christmas tree. It's another shirt, and they only had, I'm a double extra large, like 2X now. Ridiculous. And they only had 2 left, and I really had to dig for them. But I'm glad I got those. And the black and white one actually goes. The guy in Beetlejuice, he was wearing that in Beetlejuice, and so I just watched that again the other day with my client, and I'm like, oh, I really want to get one of those shirts. And then I see somebody wearing it at church, and I'm like, they got them at Walmart, I guarantee it, and they did. So everybody's shopping carriages were filled with the same looking ornaments. Like, I mean, they even have a rustic ornament, which is like all wood. So they have like poinsettias made out of that material, potato sack material. They look really cool. And they have antlers, like antler ornaments, and like you can go severe country with everything wood beads, wood ornaments, all that kind of stuff, like really super old country. Or you can do middle grade, which is what I did with the tin stuff and the red and the black and the white. Or that was it. You only had that choice of picnic basket, plaid or white and black plaid. And every store I went to, that's all they had for Christmas stuff. Like, you could only they didn't have any other bows or anything. They only had these bows and these bows. And this kind of garland, like, it's everywhere. So I'm starting to wonder, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I had this idea back in the spring, and that was what I was going to do to decorate this house, make it look like a farm in here. And then, because I was on a farm kick all year, and then I said, you know what, for Christmas, we're really going to do it an all country farm. And I was planning on having my little farmhouse by now, so I started getting this stuff, and the ideas for how I was going to decorate it. And then all of a sudden this year, everything farm. Just weird. You gotta wonder if there's like a collective consciousness in the world and everybody's kind of on the same level. Okay, thank you, Maverick. You might want to not do it on the floor. Every night around this time, something about 3 o'clock in the morning, this dog has to go to the bathroom in the house. Stinks so bad. But anyway, so that's it. If you missed the video, go back and rewatch it. Stuff is not going to be around much longer, so if you're gonna, you got to get to Walmart or all the stores and buy your Christmas stuff now. The stuff has been out for a few weeks already, so a lot of it was already picked over. But if you want to really jump on this truck, and this red farm truck and farm theme, like this 1950s or 1920s farm theme that they're doing this year, you got to go to the Walmarts, Super Walmarts, and Kohl's, and every place I went today. We went to Kohl's, we went to Job Lots, we went to Big Lots. We went to 2 different Walmart, one Walmart today, one Walmart the other day. We went to Marshall's, we went to Michael's, we went to Burlington Coat Factory. We went everywhere today trying to find these. I was trying to just find these candles for the Advent wreath here. And I couldn't find them anywhere. And we had to go all over. We went all the way out to Meriden, Wallingford. I mean, it was crazy. Trying to get this wreath for tonight because today's the first day of Advent and I wanted to be able to get this going. So I had to settle for burgundy candles because there's no purple or pink candles anywhere. I found the last 2 pink candles and they were $6.99 for 2 candles at like Burlington Coat Factory. So I grabbed them and luckily I had a few, candle holders. There were no candle holders anywhere for these types of candles. Anywhere. I mean, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I mean, we went everywhere. Burlington Coat Factory, Big Lots, Job Lots. Nothing. However, in every single store, all the Christmas decor was the same. There was no other options anywhere but black and white or red and black. And everything was farm. So it's fine for me because that was my idea anyway, but I'm kind of like, I thought it was going to be original, and now everybody's, and I'm even dressed for, got my red and white on, starting Christmas this year, but, yeah, I thought I had an original idea here, and apparently everybody's doing it this year, so whatever. I should have known, because when I first got this thing up here, this little black and white checkered house up there, and the pig and stuff, I started getting some farm stuff at the dollar stores, and I started noticing all this black and white checkered and red and black checkered stuff all year this year. Like, it was just everywhere. And then started at the dollar store and just spread like wildfire. So, but here's my weird thing. Now, maybe this is just paranoia and conspiracy, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was like our last normal Christmas, if we even have a normal Christmas. Jesus could return this year. Like, there's a lot of prophecies and prophets out there saying Jesus might return around Christmas this year. Now, we don't know the day or the hour, but we always have to be ready. But for a rapture anyway, if there's going to be a rapture. I, as a Catholic, don't really believe in a pre-trib rapture, but if there's going to be a rapture, now's the time. So a lot of people think it's going to happen this December. I know that the elite are planning something really catastrophic this December, like another pandemic. There's some bad stuff in the works. So get ready. They're probably going to try to ruin our Christmas this year. The church is already talking about having to go underground, the priests, because of what Pope Francis and these bishops are doing. What I got in a little we exchanged a few words, tonight, me and my priest, because yesterday's mass and today, our prayer intentions that we pray together, like, let's all pray for peace. Let's all pray for the people in the Middle East, whatever. Well, what they said today was, let us all stand united in prayer that we should all, how did they word it? We should all submit to Pope Francis and the bishops or something like that. I'm like, huh? No. And I'm like, how could you even ask us? So I didn't say anything. When they prayed that, I just kept my mouth shut. I prayed everything else. But I'm not going to stand in agreement on that because and then my priest yelled at me. He's like, Steve, you're being very un-Catholic. You can't, you have to be in league with, the Pope. He's still the Pope. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm not, I don't trust him. Okay, I do not trust this man. I don't like what he's doing. Why can't you see what he's doing? Why can't you see what these bishops are doing? You know, we're going to end up having to go underground. I've been telling you for over 10 years, get ready, because we're going to be having private clandestine masses underground when they tell the priest that you have to change the liturgy, when you have to change the mass again. And you're going to be doing a New World Order satanic mass, and it's going to look very similar, but us traditionalists know the difference. And we're not going to... And hopefully, most of these priests are not going to sell out and just compromise. Hopefully, they'll say, "Then defrock me. I'm not doing it." You know, or we'll just go underground and we'll do it at people's houses. We'll do whatever it takes to have a real mass for the Lord and not this forced change, New World Order mass. And, you know, but whenever I talk to my priest and deacon about it, if they do know about it or if they are concerned about it, they don't let you know about it. They make you feel stupid, like you're conspiracy theorists and you're crazy and you're worried for no reason. And I'm like, no, I'm not worried for no reason. I've been watching this brewing for a long time, and it's not just me. And maybe you're so busy taking orders because you're a priest from your bishop. But I even talked to the new bishop around here, and I don't trust him. I hate to say it. Something's off. And the one that's leaving, that's retiring soon, is a very good one. He seems to be compromising a little too, but he's been pretty good. I just have a feeling this new one's going to be a Francis crony, and he's going to start changing things, like not let us kneel for our Eucharist, not let us receive Holy Communion in the tongue, not let us do our Latin masses anymore, not let us do, the traditional mass. They could change things, take the kneelers away, shut the churches down. We're already losing a lot of churches. We're in danger of shutting down even our church. It's not good. So there's going to come a point where we're going to have to go underground to be able to worship, because there's going to be like a schism. There's going to be the modernists, the ones that are going to hell, the lukewarm apostates, versus the traditional pre-Vatican II conservative Catholics. We already have a divide. There's a split. People like me are getting persecuted even by my own kind because I don't want to compromise. And we've compromised enough. So I'm hated and silenced whenever they can. And I'm telling you people, I know it's coming. So I hope you have a real good priest if you're Catholic. I hope you're going to be able to go underground. I was hoping to have money or a place or something that I can do for the Lord where I can have host masses, like private masses, so that, while they're persecuting us, we can still congregate and have mass. But nobody seems to. I mean, even some of the people I really thought were on board with me on this, like were paying attention, kind of looked at me like I had three heads the other night. And I'm like, when I was telling them about this, and I'm like, I feel like I'm the only one in like 400 people that know what's coming. And I wish I was wrong. I mean, I don't take pride in saying that we're in the end times and we're going to be persecuted, but I know that they're going to turn the traditionalists in. We're going to be martyred. We're going to be persecuted because we're not going to take the mark or the jab. We're not going to compromise. We're not going to change the mass. We're not going to change the way Jesus implemented things. So it's not an option. That's why Jesus said few are going to enter the kingdom. Few. And he said, when I return, will there be faith at all on earth? Because he knows that so many people are going to sell out. Even people, like, for example, Michael Voris, God forgive him, he's founded Church Militant. And now I'm not going to say what he did, but he did a real bad thing. And of all people, he was like the general of our Church Militant army, exposing the darkness in the church and exposing, evil. And then he goes and he really fell from grace. And now Church Militant's probably not going to be around much longer. And it makes us Catholics look really ridiculous, like really like hypocrites, like just idiots. When you have a ringleader like that go down in flames. And that's exactly what the devil does. He's taking us down. He got the Pope. I believe he did. He's got Michael Voris. He's got a lot of people that are compromising now. And to imagine 20, 30, 40 years of ministry, faithful to the Lord, just to end up screwing up at the last minute like a Judas and losing your eternity, God forbid, or just seriously, just really damaging the church, you know? And so it even made me fear for myself, because I never would have imagined Michael Voris, of all people, and his real name is Gary Voris, but it's Michael Voris. He took on the name St. Michael, but I never expected in a million years him, of all people, to mess up. And he really, forgive my language, he really screwed up. I mean, my gosh. So now there's few of us left. You know, the resistance, I don't know. It's just scary. I mean, I thought that there were more people on my level, you know, knowing what's coming and really ready for this, but they're not. And nobody wants to hear about it anymore. It's almost like Jesus is taking too long to do something or to return or something, and people are just going back into the world and just saying, oh, he's not coming, you know. They're buying into all this stuff. And what's happening is they're sinning so much. The more you sin, the more your heart gets calloused and hardened. And the further you fall away from the Lord. It's very dangerous. You know, you're not supposed to keep habitually sinning. And because the Lord is tarrying, taking a while to return or rapture us or whatever, because he doesn't want any soul to be lost, people are saying, he's not coming. He would have been here by now. Maybe Christianity, it's sad. And this is exactly why God said, unless I shorten the time, unless I shorten the days, there will, even for my elect's sake, for the sake of my elect, people like me, people like you who truly believe and truly are trying to be holy in this world, for our sake, he's got to speed up the time and shorten the days, like end things sooner than he wants, because otherwise we'll be lost too. It's just a matter of time before we're taken out or compromised, or the devil gets a hold of us and we do some really dumb thing and lose our eternity. And, you know, so he's got to come back soon. You know, I hope there's a rapture. I really do. I hope I go up with it. You know, I'm not perfect. I don't know how ready I am, but you know, if there isn't a rapture, we're all gonna be in trouble. I mean, can you imagine how many people are already so close to giving up their faith already? And we haven't even gone through the tribulation yet. I mean, the worst of it, you know, like, I think a lot of us are going to fall away, you know, and I've seen some of the biggest Christians fall at the last minute lately. And it's like, you got to wonder, how did that happen? Like, why? Because nobody's immune. No one. You can't get proud. You have to remain meek and humble and prayerful. And, you know, pride comes before a fall. And, you know, it's an everyday battle. And I'm realizing that there really aren't that many people like me who are this serious about it and who know what I know. And that's why the devil's always giving me such a hard time. I mean, it's relentless, the problems I deal with every day, the persecution and the demonic attacks and the attacks from people. And it's just every day, all day long. And I'm like, Lord, please hurry up and come, because I can't stand it anymore. Like, even today, the hearts of many have grown so cold. The Bible said this would happen. Everywhere I went today, people are just, like, they'll just walk right in front of your car when I'm trying to pull into a handicapped spot, because Donna's handicapped, so I have a handicap sticker, and it's, you know, and these people just, they weren't even near my car, and they're coming out of the store, and they speed up like they want to get hit, and I got to slam on the brakes and almost hit them, and I'm like, why couldn't you wait a second? Why couldn't you go around? Why do you have to have this me first attitude? And then when I was trying to back out of every parking lot, people would just right behind your car, or they'll hit the gas and go really fast. It's just like, or when I'm in the store, everywhere I went, people were like hitting me with their carriages and like just walking right in front of me. And in Walmart, I really almost blew a gasket. I mean, I don't want to sound, I'm not a racist person, but you know what? I do notice that certain races, I'm not going to mention which ones, are really bad with this problem. Rude as all hell and no respect. They will just jump in line right in front of you. They will push their carriage right in front of you. Like, they'll just cut right in front of you and knock you over and not even look at you. Whole families of them. And so, and I'm not talking about black people, by the way, either. So, today it was so annoying because everywhere I went, I'm trying to shop and I'm moving. Like, if I see someone coming, I'll let them go. I'll move out of the way. I'll stop. I'm always courteous because I know how it feels. But every time, like, I'm literally trying to go down these aisles and they're just stopping and having a conversation for like 10 minutes and they look at you and they know you want to get by and they don't even move. And it would take 1 second to move out of the way. They just stand there and just keep on going. He can wait. And they huddle together. And it's just like, okay, so now I got to back up and go all the way back around and down another and I can't get to the product I need to get to because you're standing in front of it. So I got to wait 20 minutes for them to decide they're done and move on. And if you say something, they cuss you out. And this kept happening almost all night. And I'm like, okay, it's Christmas season. Like, why are you treating your fellow neighbor like that? Why can't you be courteous and nice and treat people the way you'd want to be treated? If I did that to you, especially dressed like this, I'd get beaten up or mugged or swore at the very least, cussed up and down. This girl, I was going down one of these aisles to get some Christmas decorations, some ornaments, and this girl, okay, she must have been 16, 18, pushes my carriage aside, and she's pulling her carriage with her sister, her little sister, in it, and just slowly, just literally stops me as I'm walking, pushes me aside, and so she can squeeze her carriage through, and didn't even look me in the eye, and just kept walking, and then stops in front of me. So I'm standing there like this. I'll wait. And she didn't eat, and she's just taking her time looking at stuff, as if I was invisible. Man, I tell you, everywhere I go, and don't even talk about the traffic and the way people are speeding all over and zigzagging and on your bumper and slamming and cutting you off. It is dangerous. And I'm like, Lord, give me patience, please. This is why I don't want to be around people. You want me to minister to this society? Are you kidding me? Like, I want to see you bring fire and brimstone on them all. I want to see them scurry like rats. Okay? That's what I want. And maybe I'm not a good Christian for saying that. But I'm tired of this. There's no reason why you can't treat people with a little love and respect, courtesy, be patient, be kind, let someone else go. I'm always in a rush. But I still stop to give someone money or water or food on the side of the street. I still stop to let someone walk across, going ahead of me. I let people steal my parking spaces. When I'm trying to pull in and somebody jumps right in front of me and pushes their car there, and it's like, you knew I was waiting. Stuff like that. And then they just don't even look at you and they walk right into the store. Like, I don't know. I really feel this is my conclusion. And I don't think I'm wrong. I went to church the past 2 days. I'm in a state of grace. I'm in holiness, right? And most of these people are not real Christians. And I'm telling you, it is very obvious the sheep from the goats. The sheep are meek and nice and humble and patient and quiet like me. I mean, we may be thinking that we want to cuss you up and down, but we can't because we're Christian. But the goats, these are people who their hearts are like stone. There's no Jesus in their life. There's no way. You'll know them by their fruits. There's no way you could be a Christian and be doing that to anyone. It's rude. It's selfish. It's full of pride. It's not appropriate. You don't push and shove and cut and lie and scheme and jump in front of people and you don't have a me first, it's all about me attitude. You just can't. Christians are opposite. We're selfless. We're always giving. We're not takers, we're givers. We try to be filled with joy. We try to be patient and loving. It's hard. And so I'm like, Lord, I just want a cabin in the woods or a farm with like 20 acres. I don't want to be around most of society anymore. And this is why the Bible says, don't hang out with sinners. Like attracts like, if you want to fly with the eagles, you don't hang out with chickens. You got to hang out with other Christians. And don't forsake fellowship. Because you really got to unite with other Christians, your family, with people of like mind and heart who are on the same mission, who want to go to heaven with you. Because we have nothing in common with most people anymore. You don't. And I'm not saying that to be puffed up with pride. I'm telling you, if you do this right, you got to admit you don't have anything really in common with worldly, secular people anymore. You don't dress like them, you don't talk like them, you don't think like them, you don't watch TV, the things they watch like that. You don't go to bars all the time. You don't do 99% of the stuff they do. And you know what? You don't even care. Like, you literally are okay with not doing these things anymore. At first, when you had to start the process and you first started walking with the Lord, your flesh was strong and untamed and it wanted to do these things. But after years, like I've been doing this for over 25 years now, I could care less. Like, I look at them and go, okay, whatever. You just give me my own farm and church every day with Jesus and my Bible. I'm happier than a clam. I really am. I could care. Because I'm seeing more and more how God sees things. And if you realize that death is going to happen to all of us eventually, none of this stuff matters. Like, you can't take anything with you, so you can't take everything so seriously. You can't take your life so seriously. You can't take yourself so seriously. You've got to just be all about Jesus. Think like Him. Be in the world. Enjoy it, but don't get attached to it. Like, it's not... If you have it, great. If you don't have it, great. If you get to go on a cruise, great. If you don't, no big deal. If you have a lot of nice things, fine. If not, who cares? Like, that's a Christian. The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. You have ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster. But the more you do this, the more you're like, I don't want to be like the rest of these people. If you watch them, just sit back and watch them. Listen to the things they say. Look at the way they dress. And I'm not saying to be critical and judgmental. I'm just saying there's a huge difference. There's nothing in common. You can't even strike up a good conversation with them. So... You just let the bad fruit keep tumbling by. It falls off. You don't have to shake the tree. The bad fruit falls by itself. You be good fruit. And that's all you got to worry about. But it is hard. And let me tell you, as obvious as these non-Christians are to us, we are super obvious to them. So that brings me back to what I was trying to say. I know this is done intentionally to me. They don't even know why they don't like me, or why they don't see me, or... They see me, but they don't respect me. It's not me. It's Jesus. It's Christ in me that they don't like. But they don't even know that. Like, they don't look at me and say, oh, he's a Christian, I don't like him. I'm just going to push him aside and ignore him and jump in front of him and just be rude and mistreat him, and I have no respect for him. But their demons know. See, that's the thing. Their demons don't like me. Their demons don't like who I represent. They don't like the light of Christ. They don't like Jesus inside me. And so the demons inside them get all... It's like frequencies, like they're vibrating, and they're like, get away from this guy. Like, we don't like him. And they will torment. They will persecute. And it is a form of persecution. Just pay attention from now on. Especially on a Sunday. Especially when you get right out of church. Pay attention to how most people treat you. Some of them are going to come to you because they want your light. They love you. They want to hear about the Lord. They know you're a Christian. Other Christians will be magnetically drawn to you because like attracts like, and they recognize a fellow Christian. Like, I don't even need to ask. I don't even need to see a crucifix or anything on you. I know if you're a Christian by looking at you. I can sense my own. I can sense the Holy Spirit in you. I can sense that you're good. But when there's somebody who's not, I can sense it. And when someone's in the occult or some kind of satanic stuff, I sense it. Like, that's discernment. Like, I just know. And so pay attention to people and understand that if they don't have Jesus or a serious relationship, like if they don't take their faith seriously, the devil's got them already, and they are being controlled like a puppet on strings by demons that they're not even aware of. Because if that God-sized hole in their heart is not filled with Jesus, nature abhors a void. Okay? Somebody else will come and fill it. And the devil will. Or his demons will. So you can't avoid it. If the Holy Spirit's not there, you have a dark, gaping hole that the demons will fill. And even if you're not fully possessed, you will be oppressed and controlled and manipulated, mind, body, and soul, in ways that you don't even realize. You think it's you. You think that there's a reason why you like pornography. It's not you. It's the demons. Or you have a drinking problem or drug problem or whatever, you're backsliding or whatever your issue is, anger. It's the demons working on you. They work on you 24/7 to try to cause you to stumble. And so if you don't keep your eyes on heaven and on Christ and keep Christ in you and stay in a state of grace, stop sinning, then you're going to be picked off. You're going to be, and so the devil lets these people just enjoy their life. It seems like the Christians are always suffering poverty or persecution or whatever, struggling to make ends meet. But that's really just because we think about this. God holds us to a higher degree. He gave us much, and so much has been given, so much more is expected of us. We have to put God first at all times, and then neighbor second. We come last. Okay? The rest of the world, they don't have God at all. They don't care about neighbor. They only put themselves first. So, of course, it's easy to have an enjoyable, happy, peaceful life when all you do every day is think about just yourself or your immediate circle of people. You don't really have to worry about obeying commandments. You don't worry about hell or the afterlife or God or any of that stuff. You could just enjoy life, and the devil will let you because he's got you. And he'd rather you not believe in him and hell than for you to believe in God. So he'll just let you go, and you say, see, I get away with murder. I can do whatever I want. There's no God. He doesn't bother me. I don't get punished. The devil doesn't attack me. I've never seen this devil. Everything's great. That's how you know you're in trouble. But I tell you the truth, and any real Christian will tell you, when you're walking with Jesus, you will see the devil. He will manifest in many different people. You're going to have financial trouble, job trouble, family will turn against you, friends, your partner will betray you. I mean, he'll come up with all kinds of stuff. And it's like, wait a minute, the minute I started following Jesus, all of a sudden everything fell apart. I was doing better before I followed Jesus. Like for me, I didn't have that many worries. I thought I knew Jesus. And I was in Hollywood, and I'm sleeping around, and I'm, dabbling with drugs, and I'm making horror movies and things that worse, and just living my life and enjoying it and planning on getting rich and famous really soon and dabbling with occult stuff and getting involved in these secret societies. And I was going further and further away from God down the rabbit hole to hell, not realizing. And it was just so easy, and everything was just great. I was popular, I had friends, I could date anybody I wanted. I was good looking and skinny and healthy and had my sports cars, and I had a life. I had friends, my family loved me. Then I found Jesus, or he found me, and everything just flipped upside down. And everything became an uphill battle. And I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm saying this is necessary because you're not trying to go down to hell. It's easier to go downhill and go into hell than it is to get up to heaven. Heaven's a climb. It's like climbing Mount Everest. You got to get up there, not down there. The trip down is always easier than the trip up. Remember that. So it's worth it. But the point is, I lost everything. Almost everything. And I had to separate from everything that was so dear to me. but it's necessary and it's worth it. It's like the Lord has to do surgery on you with a scalpel and cut away people, places, and things that are going to deter you from your walk with Him, from putting and keeping Him first, from becoming holy, from being used by Him the way He needs to use you, according to His will, plan, and purpose for your life. And so you got to let Him be the doctor, the heavenly physician, and it's a painful cutting process of re-breaking your bones and rebuilding you up. Without it, you don't stand a chance. So you have to be de-worldized and re-catechized. And so it's a long, lifelong process. And you just have to set your mind that you want it. That's all. It's not as hard as it seems. It's because Jesus does it in and through you, for you. You just got to say yes. And He doesn't always show you where you're going to be headed or tell you what's coming, or, He doesn't tell you much all the time because it would probably be too overwhelming and scare you. But it's for your own good that you just obey Him and let Him do whatever He wants and needs to do in and through your life. And if that means take away your sports car and your family and your friends and your girlfriend and your dogs and your home and your career, so be it. The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Because if you don't let Him do this, if you do not let Him gut out your soul and make it His own, then He will go insane and take you with Him. No, just kidding. He will drive you, you'll go right to hell. So just let Him do it. It's not worth fighting. Every one of us was created by God, for His will, plan, and purpose. You need to deny yourself and say, listen, I'm not going to make plans anymore. I'm not going to say, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a dentist. I'm going to marry that person. I'm going to move to Tahiti. I'm going to have a sports car. No, you now say, Lord, I'm all yours. What do you want me to do for a career? Who do you want me to marry if you want me to get married? Where do you want me to live? It's not about you anymore. You surrendered. You're dead. You died to yourself and you raised in Christ. It is no longer you who live or I who live, but He who lives in me. So I don't have free will anymore. I gave it up. You give up your free will to take on Christ's will. And you ask Him, what is your will today? Where are we going today? What do you need me to do today? That's it. You don't live for yourself anymore. And that's hard because every day we fall. A righteous man falls 7 times a day. Every day we end up getting into our own will. Maybe we eat too much. We didn't ask Him. Oh, I forgot to ask God, where does He want me to go today? What does He want me to do with my time? Did He want me to eat that? Did He want me to go there? Did He want me to hang out with that person? We just did what we wanted to do or what other people wanted us to do. But we don't stop and pray about all things and run everything by Jesus first. And that means we're wasting our days. If you spend your whole day, no matter how much fun you had, doing stuff that God didn't want you to do, or stuff that, like, okay, you wanted to do it, but God really needed you to go do something else that was important, then you're going to be held accountable for that. And this is the part of Christianity that people don't want to hear or believe. We hear it all the time, but it goes in one ear and out the other. It seems to go right over our head. You are not your own. Okay? You died to self. You don't belong to yourself. You are owned by Jesus. He bought you back. He created you and then He purchased you with His blood. You're His. You're His slave. You're His employee. You're His child. You don't have a say anymore. So stop living as if you're still in the world. You're on the road of the cross now, and you the road to heaven. Do you want heaven or not? This is the way. But if you keep on rebelling, you're going to end up being lost, and you're going to end up on the main road. And every day we have to say, wait a minute, is this God's will or my will? Because, otherwise, if we miss it, if we miss the mark, and I do all the time, I'm just telling you the truth, we have to pray for each other. If we miss the mark and we die, we're done. We're going to be held accountable. So, I hope God's not mad that I spent, some money on all these Christmas decorations, And I felt guilty. I'm like, okay, well, should I really be buying these things? I mean, it is Christmas, but am I doing it for the Lord or am I doing it for me? Probably for me, I wanted a cozy home. I wanted I don't know, I just want to get in a Christmas mood like everybody else. But it's like, wait a minute, isn't it more important to save that money or give it to someone who's hungry? Isn't it more important to, like, just, I don't know, work on my holiness instead of worrying about decorating the house or worrying about Christmas, you know? Am I doing this for the right reasons or this the same way the rest of the world does it for, you know? So that's why I did this. This is the first time I've ever done an Advent wreath because I really wanted to do this right and really make the best of Advent this year for the first time in my life because I seem to mess it up every year. I get started and then I fall away before Christmas. I never seem to really be a good Catholic during Christmas season. There's a lot of holy days of obligation. There's things we need to do, like certain prayers, and being a Catholic is a lot of work. It really is. But we don't get to heaven by our works. It's faith and grace, but the works are fruits of the fact that they prove that you have faith. You do the work because of your faith, because you love God, because you're serving God and neighbor. But you can't get to heaven on your own merit, and you can't get to heaven by just works or prayers or whatever. And another thing a lot of us forget, I know I do, I got a bad attitude. Even if I pray, sometimes I don't feel like it, my attitude's wrong, it's not going to count. Or if I do good works, but I didn't really want to do it, my heart wasn't in it, it's dead works, you know? It's not being done by faith or for the right reasons, so it's dead works. So there's a lot of catch-22s that Christians have to be paying attention to. There's a lot of red tape and fine lines, you know, fine print with this that, you know, you can't just say, oh, John 3:16 and that's it. That's true, but it's not true. There's a lot more that comes with this, with being a Christian. Again, this is not just a Sunday thing or a belief or maybe an hour a day thing. This is a 24/7 lifestyle. You are a Christian first. You're a Christian first before anything else. Before you're a mother, you're a Christian. Before you're a husband, you're a Christian. Before you're a wife, you're a Christian. Before you're a bank teller, you're a Christian. And because of that, everything you do, whether you're a spouse, you're married, you have kids, or you're working at a bank, or you're working at a grocery store as a clerk, everything you do must reflect the fact that you belong to Christ and you radiate Christ and you need to be in his image and likeness and you need to think like him and act like him and talk like him. People should see Christ in you or feel his presence in you without even having to know that you're a Christian. It should be obvious. Especially in these end times, the goats know who we are and the sheep know who the goats are. So like I said, I go out into society. Ugh, I hate going out in public because I see the worst of the worst. I want to believe the best in everybody, but I just see the worst of the worst. Everybody's hearts are so cold and selfish, so far from Jesus. They're not like Jesus at all. And it's just so obvious, and it's getting worse. It's like a pandemic. I was wondering what was in that jab, because everybody's just been acting like a zombie and cold-hearted ever since COVID. And maybe it did change their DNA, because apparently it changes your DNA, and I know the vaccine does, and that means that you're no longer in God's image and likeness, so no wonder you're acting strange. You're changing. When you change someone's DNA, you're changing everything about them, whether they realize it or not. You know, one chromosome off changes everything. So, anyway, I'm rambling now, and it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm exhausted, but I just wanted to show you guys what I've been working on for Donna and stuff. And, you know, it's still the season, so I'm trying to enjoy the Christmas season and get into it, but I'm trying to get into it in a very holy way, a very religious way, and really give God my all this year. And I hope I succeed this year, because I haven't ever gotten through the whole season the way I should have. And there's just so much going on. And like I said, the devil, the more you push in, like I spent all weekend at church pretty much. And now I have no time. I got to go back to work tomorrow all week. So I realize I don't have time to do anything I want to do or worldly things anymore, because living as a Christian, it's just this, you're so busy serving God and serving neighbor, and trying to be holy and work out your salvation with fear and trembling, that you don't have much time to really live this life the way everybody else does. we're so different. I'm so different, you know, and sometimes I get very upset and I cry myself to sleep and I'm like, Lord, I just want to be normal. Like, I just want to, I don't know. I feel like I never have enough time a day to get anything done for myself. I always feel like I still owe you more, like I'm not doing enough for you. I'm not doing enough for neighbor. And we're running out of time and it's a lot of stress. So anyway, I gotta go to sleep. I'm exhausted, but happy Advent, everybody, and please pray for me. And I hope this video made sense because I'm literally half asleep right now. So God bless.